So today video is relevant to like how we can set up Ollama locally in our local laptop or PC. So we will look into it, and with that we will see like how we can use open source model Llama, which is the most popular LLM at the moment. So let's quickly look at like if you know all of these, then you can skip it. If you want to learn these and you want to know like what is Ollama, how we can install it, what is actually LLM, what is Llama, what is the difference between Ollama and Llama, and how Llama 3 models perform, like, and what other models we have in the open source world, some practical usage of Ollama commands as well. We will see like how we can run Ollama locally, and we will see like how we can run Llama 3 model directly in our local machine. We also will see how we can interact with the Llama 3 model, right? So let's start. So first of all, we will see like what is Ollama. So Ollama is actually a piece of software which help us to execute different types of LLM, but it must be open source, and we can execute them in our local machine, either it is laptop or it is at our PC, right? So how we can install it? Installation process is very simple. You can just click over this download button. This will take you to this page. Depending on your OS, you can pick your OS from here. It will give you an installer, and you can use it simply to just install the Ollama on your machine. Okay, so after installing, we need to know like what actually LLM is. So LLM means like large language models, right? So large language models means there are like some models which are trained on large amount of data. That's why they are called large language model, right? So by large amount of data, I mean like very huge amount of data that we normally cannot think of in our daily routine. So what is Llama? Llama is actually a large language model. Means there are tons of LLM out there in the market, and as days passes by, we have different kinds of models for different things. But if it is related to text, so we call it LLM, and Llama is actually a model. So now we need to know like, is Ollama equals to Llama or not? So not, they are two different things. Ollama is actually a software which helps us to execute different open source models, while Llama is actually a model, right? So let's look into why we are discussing about Llama and not about other models. So for this, you need to go to this page from models, and here you can see we have a Llama and specifically the version 3 of it on the top, right? So if I click here and I see there is written some like 8B, 70B and 405B, it's mean that this model is trained on 8 billion data and 70 billion data and 405 billion data. So this is actually a very large amount of data, and if we scroll at the bottom part of this web page, so we can see that they show some comparison with like other models. It may be open source or it may be a closed source. So we can see that there is a box around some figure. So if there is a box underneath this Llama 3, then it means that its value is higher than all other models. Like you can see there is that Nematron, there is GPT-4, GPT-4 Omni and Cloudy 3.5 Sonnet, right? So you can see there are good number of boxes you can see here, but one important things that you need to know that this is a 405 billion parameter, means it must require very good hardware resources to execute this 405 billion model locally. Okay, so keep this in mind. So where it's lack, you can see it is like almost close to it. You can see the scores. That's why Llama 3 is very popular. So you have a good idea, and you can see that they also show us some comparison chart with their lower quantized versions model, like with trained with lower data set 8 billion and 70 billion as well, and it is like quite performant as well, and they all easily beat like GPT 3.5 turbo, only excluding this one, right? So that's why we are using Llama 3 and we are discussing it, right? So do we have only Ollama? No, we have many more models. Okay, so for this you need to go to this models link here on the top. You can see it here, it is there. You see a list of models, you can try them, like you can try this one, this one, this one, or whatever you like. You just need to know a little bit like in what area it is expert or good at, so you can definitely try it out. Okay, so our next point, what it is. So once you have installed Ollama, so you can just check it in your terminal. If I clear my terminal out and I type here Ollama, you can see if Ollama is installed, you will see something closer to this output. I am on Mac, so depending on your OS it will show some different output. So if I need to check version of Ollama, so I am using 0.3.6. so if you have already installed Ollama, so your experience might different from mine. Okay, so let's check what's command it offer. Ollama help. You can see we can start local server with this command. We just need to do Ollama serve, right? If we want to create a model from some model file, we can just say Ollama create. Okay, and if we want to see model information, we can do Ollama show. And if we want to run some model on our terminal in interactive mode, so we can do that with this run command, right? Plus we can pull and push as well. So I have already have Llama 3 on my local machine. So how you can check? We just need to run Ollama list. If I run Ollama list, you can see there is a model here which name is Llama 3. So I have already installed it, right? So we have gone through some of the commands, and what is next? So once you installed Ollama in newer version, it actually automatically executes the local server behind the scene. So this is the IP. If I refresh it, you can see it is already running. We just need to make sure that when I installed Ollama, it actually boots up with my system when my system restarts. So if your Ollama is running, so your local server will automatically running. Okay, and if it is not running, so you can do Ollama serve. It is showing me an error. Why? Because it is already using this port and it is already listening to this port, right? So next command is how we can interact with this model. So we just need to do Ollama run and whatever the name of model we have, like in this case it is Llama 3.1. If I hit this command, you can see it is loading up that model. and if you are executing this command first time, so it will start downloading that model. So it is like 4.7 GB, so it will take some time depending on your internet connection speed. So you can see it is asking to type a message. I have a complicated prompt already written, so let me copy it and paste it. What it is: I want to rewrite the constitution of a country to help fix it and resolve all its problem. Help me in this, right? So let's see what's its reply. So you can see this is a very good answer, and you can also see the speed of it. Remember, this is the 8 billion parameter. If you are using like larger models of like 70 billions and like and more, then you need to have a good system and your response time may vary. Okay, so these are conditional things. You can see it's clearly tell us a noble endeavor. Indeed, rewriting a nation's constitution can be a complex and challenging task, but I will guide you through some steps and consideration to get started. Before we begin, right? So this is like a very good response you can see here. So we can see how we can use and set up Ollama locally and run it on our local machine. So it does not require internet connections, it will work offline as well, right? So we have covered all these points, like we have interacted with it, we have tried to run Llama 3 model directly on our local machine from the terminal. We can also interact with it from our code base as well, but we will see that in some other video. Please, this type of contents take considerable amount to generate, like it take almost 18 hours to create such content for you. So please like this video, share and subscribe it, and please share it with your friends as well. Thank you.